Hey everyone, it's Amanda at Inspired to Craft. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to show you a project that I'm getting ready to start. Well, honestly, I had started this about 2 years ago when I first saw Lorna Taylor do a lap book of Edith Holden, and I wanted to do it. I'm like, I need to do that. I need to create that, and I started to do that. Well, 2 years later, it's been sitting in my cabinet, and I got it back out the other day to see about, maybe finishing it, and just wasn't inspired anymore by Edith Holden. Not that she's not amazing, but there was something that I wanted to do. I wanted it to be grungy. I wanted it to be florally and not English cottagey. I don't know, but this this is where this comes in, and it's not together yet. I will be doing it on camera, and hoping that you will join me in this. This picture right here comes from Vintage Remnants. It is a 49 Market paper pack, and it's actually a piece of chipboard. Now, I wanted to make a book cover out of it, but I figured that it would be the perfect project to put on top of this lap book. The way that it's going to work is going to be, as I'm doing it on camera, I'm going to go through the whole process of making the bones of it to filling it up with all the goodies. So what I'm thinking is that it'll work the same way that Lorna did hers, but I'm going to be adding some different elements, like lots of layers. So on the front, I'm thinking that I'm going to have these two book boards, and they're going to be, decorated very pretty and laid out and hinged with fabric. The way that the sides will look, and sorry if it's not in frame, but the sides will look like this. This will be the front of the book, and then the back of the book, it will be decorated once we're done. And there will be a spine here. These are my props to keep those looking like they're actually a book. But once I get the spine on, it'll look like that from the top. And the way that it will open, I'm going to use this as an example for my spine. So I'm just going to keep that here so you'll be able to see what it looks like when it's open. So pretend that's my spine. I'm going to move my props. So when you open it, it'll open like this. This will be the spine that we make. And then it'll have, you can see where I started the book already. I tore out lots of stuff from it. So it'll open up like this. And then this will all be decorated with pockets and flips and whatnot. And then on the inside, it'll open like this. Now, sorry for all of this mess. So what I'm going to be doing on camera, like I said, is taking these books and making them into a lap book. I'm going to be doing the spine, the extra spine, all of the decoration, and yeah, all of the elements inside. So close that back up. If you want to do this with me, I'll give you a little bit of information about the books that I have. And you can use any books that you like. They should be the same size books, but yeah, I'm not sure how it would work with different sizes, but if that's something you want to try, then hey, have at it. So these books are, the same books. I've gutted them, taken all the papers out. They are, let's see, about 7 3/4 by 9 3/8. They have spines that are 1 1/4 inch, and then so I have 2 of those. I've got these 2 extra pieces of book board that I'll be using on the front, and you can do that if you want. If it's just going to be a decorative element, maybe I'll put some papers behind there. So some papers into the hinges that I'll be utilizing. And then, so we got the 2 books with the spines intact. If you don't have 2 books that are the same size with the spines intact, then you would need 4 pieces of book board that are the same size, or you could use heavy chipboard, and then some cloth for your spine. And I'll show you how to do that when I'm making the big spine, so you can follow along with that. We need some scrapbook paper or digikits, ledger paper, copy paper, or whatever type of paper that you want to decorate with. Any elements that you want to make your cover with, and the inside elements that we'll be making. You'll need some heavier paper like thick cardstock, file folders, something a little more sturdy to make things like tags, or pockets or flips, or little gussets for some pockets that we will be making. We need some extra book boards for the layers if that's something that you wanted to do. And I will show you how to hinge those layers on. You'll need some tape, glue, ink, and dauber, bone folder, ruler, paper cutter, or scissors. Some decorative elements like chipboard or vintage tape. I think I said vintage tape already, but if I didn't, lace, fabric, eyelets. I'll be utilizing those for, I already have some in this book, which I'm debating whether or not I'm going to keep this here. But you'll need some eyelets with the eyelet punch and a setter if you have that. If you don't want to make this element, you don't have to. And let's see, some labels for decorating, some string if you do want to make this here. I like to decorate some mixed media pieces in some of my journals, and I utilize string for that as well. You'll need a thread and needle to sew the signatures in, or you can utilize the sewing machine if you'd rather do that. But I will be doing a 5-hole pamphlet stitch for any papers that I sew in. And let me show you some of the papers that I have selected for this project. Now, you've already seen the chipboard piece from the Remnants collection. That's this. Everything will be based off of this feel. So old-timey, vintage, black, you know, kind of washed out things. So these are the chipboards that you get with the Remnant package. And I know that you've seen these. If you go to Michelle Scott's page, she's used some of these in her latest journals. I got this specific collection from Michelle Hartley at Girly Girl Creates. And you can always message her in her Facebook group to see if she has that available. These are some of the pages. That's the whole pack. So these are some of the pages that will be utilized. And you can do this in whatever theme that you'd like. These look blue and they kind of have a blue tint to them, but they're really gray and black. But they're showing up a little bit blue on the screen. So this page, excuse me, these pages have lots of layers to them. I'll be using a lot of greens throughout. As you saw, my cover has green book cloth on it. And this original picture, let me show you up close a little bit. You can see the vintagey, like browns, but there's also a little bit of a green coloration to that. So I'll be utilizing blacks, greens, yellows. Those have happened to be my favorite colors in the last few projects that I've done. I have some Tim Holtz. I've just gone through my collection and picked out some of his some of his scrapbook papers that are, you know, well, I think they're all grungy, but but the ones that would match with the color tones. This also is a $49 a market kit, and it is Vintage Artistry Essentials. I'll show you that right there so you can see. And these are gorgeous. I don't know, $49 a market with whoever's designing these. I know Manu Studios designs one, and this says the person Katie something. These are fabulous. Their layering is amazing. All the details in these scrapbook papers. But I'm going to be utilizing these for things such as layering, decorating the front pages, all of the book board I'll be decorating with these types of pages. I will be utilizing these also to make, not sure if I said tags already, but any type of decorative elements, because they're not terribly thick, so it's not going to take up a ton of space in the book, but I would have to use a base anyways, so I'll just use that as my base. This is vellum, Tim Holtz. I think I'll use that in some kind of pockets. I like the coloring of this, and it went well with the type of style of that. I don't know what I did with it now, but of that flower that's going to be on the front. So I just went ahead and cut it out. That's from Calligraphy, and I got that from Maddie and Madison at Spectrum Art Creations, as well as probably all of these Tim Holtz packets. But you can see I just picked out elements that have like ledger paper, book pages, and if you want to use that actual thing, like actual ledger pages, actual book pages, actual labels to decorate your items, by all means. It will make it easier on you. Well, actually it might make it a little more challenging, but it'll be more creative. So I would just like these, especially as a base. I'll be using these as a base level, and then, like I said, add lots of layers. Of course, there's not a ton of space inside of the Lapbook, you know, to make 5 million different elements, or, you know, utilize scrapbook paper for all of the elements. But we're gonna see. I have a little bit of a plan about what I want to do, but mostly as far as the insides, I'm just gonna be doing it as I go. As far as the layouts and where I'm gonna put tucks and like envelopes or things like that, I don't know. We'll figure it out when we go. I do have the covers of these scrapbook packets that are, you know, thicker than the paper that was in them, so I can use these also for some of the different elements inside. Well, it's dirty. It's not dirty, but it's inked up. So that's what I've collected so far. Let me just make sure that I don't forget anything. We've got 2 book covers with spines, extra book boards, scrapbook paper, grab yourself some tape, some glue, all the things that I listed before, and we'll figure it out as we go. All right, I hope you joined along with me, and thank you again for coming to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.